Hi everyone, my name's Kay Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and today I'm delighted to share with you this card. It uses the So Very Grateful stamp set that's in the Spring Mini 2014. Here's a picture of that. There's some really pretty flower images and a couple of thank you type sentiments. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, this is the card we're going to make today, and it's just so fresh and springy, and believe it or not, it looks like this is a lot of coloring. It isn't. It doesn't take long at all. You're just outlining the petals, and I'll show you how. So the first thing that you're going to need is some Pool Party base cardstock. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I'm just going to take one of Stampin' Up's bone folders and press that crease down so we get a card that will stay flat while we work on it. And then the next thing, of course, is a piece of black, basic black paper. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. That's just a 1/4 inch down, and we're not going to put that down yet because there is a ribbon wrap that will go around that. You will also need a 3 3/16 by 5 1/16 piece of Whisper white cardstock. And what you're going to do with that is run it through your Big Shot machine using our Sale-a-bration folder called Decorative Dots. And when you take it out of the folder, it will look like this, having this wonderful texture. And our Sale-a-bration merchandise can be earned. You get one with every $50 increment in purchases. So what we're going to do is we're just going to adhere this directly onto our basic black cardstock at this time. So I'm going to take some multi-purpose liquid glue. Normally I don't recommend liquid glue on Whisper white paper. However, with all of the texture on this, I do use it because it gets in the crevices and grabs things. Otherwise, sometimes the glue lines will show up. We're just going to adhere this to our piece of black. Make sure that all of the edges are even. Another reason I enjoy using the glue is I have just a couple of seconds to move that paper around to get the edges nice and even. Okay, then we're going to have a 4 by 4 inch piece of our Sale-a-bration Sweet Sorbet Designer Series paper. Again, this is one of those items that you can get free when you purchase at least $50 from Stampin' Up! During this special time of year. So this is a 4 by 4 inch piece. You'll be able to get 9 pieces out of a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And then you're going to run it through the Big Shot machine using our Circles Collection framelets, which look like this. I label mine 1 through 9, and we're going to use, let's see, let me grab the two that we're using. We're using 7 and 8. We're going to use 8, the larger one, to cut out this really pretty Pool Party flower print. And that will go on our card right here, and we can go ahead and set that down. We're also going to need 2 pieces of 1/2 inch by 4 inch Designer Series paper in the same design, and I'm going to glue that piece down here. I'm just going to trim that even with that white. Get that so that it's cut quite square. We're going to glue that on down here at the base of our card. Get some glue here and adhere that right down here at the bottom. I think you can see that. Just like that. And then this white circle will be centered right like that. So we can go ahead and glue that on as well. I keep grabbing the wrong glue. I have one glue bottle that's empty. I need to just throw that one away and put just the one that has some glue in it. Alright, so there we go. This is, like I said, a really quick card to do. To add a little fashion to this card, we're going to take some 1/8 inch basic black taffeta ribbon, and I'm just going to do a wrap down here at the bottom. I like the little black accents in this floral piece, which is why I picked the basic black paper as one of my layers to kind of pick up that black accent. And I'm just going to use a little bit of Scotch tape to wrap this paper around and get that secured in the back. There we go. And now I think all we need is a little ribbon, a little bow on the front of the card right here. That's going to make it look so super cute. We're going to put that on with a glue dot. So I just have the bow that I made right off the roll, and I've got my glue dots, and I'm just going to set that right in the center like this. Already looking good. So now we can go ahead and glue this onto the base of our card, which is what we'll do next. Very cute. And then all we need to do is finish out the inside of the card, which I didn't show you that yet, but it's just a piece of, it's a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper White paper. Let me get the tag on here so you can see that. And then it's also a 1/2 inch by 4 inch piece of our Designer Series paper that we're using from the Sweet Sorbet paper pack. I'm just going to glue that strip right at the bottom like this. And then we can go ahead and put that in our card as well. So you can see I'm leaving this blank. I decided not to put a sentiment in. There are some nice thank you sentiments on this, which will work great, but I think this would also be a nice birthday card or an anniversary card. So I think I'm just going to leave that sentiment opportunity open, and my customers will make this same card at Card Buffet next week, and I think they'll enjoy having an opportunity to put whatever sentiment in there that they want. That way they can kind of customize the card. Then the very last thing that we're going to do is make this circle part here. And so I have a 4 by 4 inch piece of Whisper White paper, and I'm going to use some black StazOn ink, and then I'm going to take the main floral image. There's 2 floral images, one that's kind of a corner image, and then the one that would be stamped in the center of something. And I've just stamped that in the basic, or the StazOn black. And then it's ready for us to color. And so I have picked 2 markers that I think work really great with this card. One is the soft sky marker, and the other one is the pistachio pudding marker. It's one of our in colors. And so how I color this card is I merely just follow the outline of the flower. So you can see that this goes very quickly as I just color in the outline of the flower. And I do this all the way around, following the outline of each flower. And what that does is it just leaves the center nice and open, kind of like the pattern paper. You can see the pattern paper has a lot of openness to it. And then taking the pistachio pudding, I will do the same thing around the leaves. I just color around the outside and then maybe put a few little tick marks in. Now these smaller leaves will get colored in completely, as you can see, but that's okay. It looks really pretty. So you just do that all over until you get something that's completed like this. And you're going to use to cut it out with one of our Circles Collection framelits, and you'll use number 7. Remember, you use the number 8 to cut out the floral paper, and then 7 is the next size down, and it just, I will show you, it just barely fits this image. So you have to position it. It works real well to have the magnetic platform so that when you put it down, it'll stick there as you roll through. Alright, so I went ahead and did that, and I have this one colored, so all we have to do is adhere this to our image, and I am going to use some dimensionals, and I have a few right here. So I think 3 is a great number for a circle, and we're just going to take the backings off and put this, and now how to decide which way is up. I decided that I liked these little pieces of the flower kind of going off to the upper right, and so I just center this in and our card is complete. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Have a great day, and thanks so much for stopping by Stamping to Share. I truly appreciate you. Bye-bye.